We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're the
team.
media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the home. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
Hey, what's that dude named, the little rapper dude they be looking up to that's locked up, who had like the 70, 80 years and got the time reduction to the 20? Clubhouse.
70, 80 years, Tom. What city?
New York.
You talking about Max B?
Max B.
Yeah, Max B. So, remember we was running content about 6-7 months ago on him?
Yeah.
So, I told his brother, holler at me when I said, look, bro, I'm going to be real. It went from 80 to like a dub. We already see right here where he gave up information on the chick. We see that. I said, but you may want to go do some digging because it's a sealed file in there. But they'll have to give it to you if you go in on the appeal. Because remember, the Pooh Sims, he got like the 100-something years, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
So Pooh goes and does exactly what I told him to do. And he just called me and said, Wack, I got the paperwork you was writing. I said, what? Went in there and put it all on me, told him everything, put me in the hot seat. Now, if I go appeal, he did this under oath. Let's say I appeal up under something I is now, yeah, and I win. They can turn around and recharge and rebook me based on the statements he gave them to get his time reduction.
On other crimes.
Remember, he was saying they reduced his time based on the counsel being up, the attorneys. So he's sending me the hard copies right now.
Shit.
He called me from jail. Everybody be like, I don't know, ask him. Shit. Hold on, I think I got a little bit of it. Let me see if I got it.
Hey, bro, that appeal, everything gonna come out in that paperwork.
Hold on, let's see. Okay, so the new information you about to send me I done forgot today. What's his man name?
Max B.
I'm gonna mail it to you. I'm gonna mail it to you, man, and then I'm gonna definitely give you a call, and we definitely gonna figure this out. Cause I gotta call my lawyer real quick.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this Pooh, look. So you said the new information he gave them, they can use against you. If you go back on appeal, overturn it, they can use the new information to rebook you.
Yeah, they can use the new information because this is testimony that he gave them when he went back and got resentenced. So, you know, this shit crazy, man.
All right, well, send me
some shit I ain't do. You know, I ain't did it, man. And you gonna go a lot of these people, man. So I'm gonna definitely shoot you the information.
Send me that new one. Send it to me, bro.
I got you, so I got you, so we can make it happen.
Yeah, so everybody be. Why they call you? Shit, I don't know. Why you go to Chevron gas station? You know they got gas, right? Why you go to Foot Locker when you want to buy shoes?
Why is a pig pink? Nigga?
Yeah, they call me. No, at the jail. Nigga, shit crazy. Yeah, that's why I knew. I'm like, bro, they ain't giving no 80 to 20, nigga. Hey.
Yeah, that's bad work. Don't them the same dad or something?
Something like that. I know. He told me that in the thing, it says he asked him to seal it because he's a rapper, and it'll hurt his reputation. All kind of shit. It's all in paperwork. Remember, we seen the seal file. We couldn't. We know what that was.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember he had a sealed file. Nobody could figure out what that sealed file.
Yeah, but he got it.
Because it was his name. Yup, it's his case. Damn, bro. Another one bites the dust.
The world we live in.
Rat to be. Goddamn. Well,
them lying Hoover followers, boy.
Yeah,
That nigga,
you was in it with that hog dude.
he was
Question
sounding
is, nobody
crazy.
was from Chicago though. Nobody was from Chicago in that room. It was all Southern accents. Nobody was from Chicago in that room to follow with that.
Like, oh, come on,
They
you
don't
ain't
know
no
nothing
fighter.
about that.
Like, come on, Hog. I'm sitting here, I said, look, I'm just saying, bro, like, I'm defending the dish. If the work come back weird, I'm just asking. Then what? Why is people even worried about, nah, you can't do that? Because
Yeah, he
they
was
worried
spinning.
about it the same reason why he worried about a few probably had removed for the same infraction.
I think they just feel bad for the men at this point.
We gotta use our noggins right here though. Like,
Huh?
y'all think he just announced it no reason?
Well, how could you feel bad for who violated and got a chance to skip past it 50 something?
You right.
What about the other got caught?
That's a fact.
I don't feel bad for it. They got away with some shit 50 something years.
Did they time, and that's something that is never gonna understand. But silence is secrecy. What I'm gonna say is that my sat down and did they time for that shit.
50 years, right?
He did 50 years, but during the time ain't got nothing to do with you telling.
I'm not even talking about Larry Hoover, D. I'm talking about everybody who was on board with this man, bro. I know that for a fact. My daddy sat down. My mama sat down.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about though.
Yeah, it does.
No, it don't, because they didn't
Because
tell.
there wasn't no, because if he would have snitched, bro, if we gonna talk about some snitching shit, you think would have denounced some shit? What the f talking about? He denounced, so he made the, what are we saying?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Go do your time, then we, what? You get what? No, that's why we from now. Don't even need to be part of no organization where you gotta do stuff. That ain't no, we talking about, listen, if the work come, what's gonna be their response?
They not gonna care.
I know that, I just want them to say it.
Yeah, they gonna jump to the man. Oh, like she just said, the man is old. Like I just said, he did some time. Let's have some fresh hair. Because at this point, don't nobody.
But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing, right? All right, let's keep it real. Martin Luther King died by the shit. They released, he white bitch, and he smoking cigarettes. Was it conversation?
It was.
So who the this nigga?
That's a fact.
Why the conversation gotta be, oh no, it can't no conversation.
And it ain't odd that he smoking cigarettes.
But I'm saying, because it was Martin Luther King.
Right.
Right? And we know his wife, and you know.
Right.
But because every day. That's what I'm saying. But this all came out after he died.
Right.
So I'm saying, if you speak on after they die, because you find out something, they say, why you doing it? Right. So now you speak on them still here because you're reading something.
And they say,
why you doing it? Is that for everybody? That's for everybody. Let's erase snitching off the books. Snitching shouldn't be a penalty for nobody no more then, right?
It really ain't.
No, it still is. They still hold account. It shouldn't even be talked that he snitched.
Yeah,
if we ignoring it, right? If we ignoring it,
the snitch is getting famous these days.
If you ignoring it,
okay. All right.
It's real shit.
Snitches get stitches. No more.
I mean, am I saying something wrong? Because I'm wondering, I'm like, bro, if the paperwork come back wrong, then what? I don't understand why is this even discussed. What do you mean? Hey, we can erase it.
Yeah.
Everybody can tell on everybody.
Facts.
That's erasing.
They said they saying that from the jailhouse. Yo,
Hey,
jail.
I ain't a dope dealer. I ain't doing fraud. I
They
don't give
said
a go. Everybody tell on everybody. That's what it is. Or cut it out with this selective politicking. You can't talk about that because it's him.
what you be saying to me. The politics. It's a phrase you be saying about politics.
Politics make a right situation wrong or a wrong situation right,
Yes.
depending on the politics of the situation. So in this situation, because he gets the popularity vote of everybody he didn't trick if his paperwork is bad. If his paperwork is bad, he tricked everybody, right? Because you took on the image and the stigma and the persona and the ranking of a dude that's following the rules, right?
Right.
But because you did that and your popularity vote is strong, now they bringing something up. Don't nobody want to talk about it. I hope it go his way. But I'm saying if it doesn't, then what? If 1090 get that paperwork and that shit say something that's not in favor, then what?
They gonna turn the politics is the politics of the good. What you just said, the phrase. The politics of the situation.
It'll make a wrong situation right.
And the right situation wrong. Depending on the politics of the situation. Okay, I think I remember it now. That's what it's gonna be. The next argument gonna be, that man, let him get out in peace. Why y'all want to see a black man locked up? They gonna talk about everything but that.
Who said something about seeing him locked up?
That's what they gonna say.
I told him, bro, whether this paperwork is good or bad, it doesn't stop him from releasing it. If they gonna release it, they gonna release it. Just like the footage the lady has on Larry Hoover didn't stop him from getting released. It didn't help him get released. Didn't do nothing. It never came out.
Now is the time for her to release it too.
Yeah.
Right now would be like the time.
That's a fact.
Yeah, this little information just gonna quote unquote say something about the street cred.
Everybody will want to see the share right now.
Yeah. My question is, it could be there, but with all the enemies he had and how the government hate him, wouldn't he have gotten outed sooner? I don't know.
Fanatics will watch this shit.
What it was?
No, I was saying, Wack, what's going on? No, I was saying with all the
I want
enemies,
you to think about what you're saying.
Okay, let me
Listen
think.
to what you're saying.
Let me
And
think for
think
5
about it.
seconds, then I'll say it.
Because
Hold on. All
who
right, I got it.
said the government was his enemy? See, a lot of
Say it
niggas
one
are
more
pump
time.
that
Say that
shit.
again, Wack. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Who said that the government was really on him like that? See, the other was on. He the one when he got the money from the other guy. They was on him about that. Who's to say that Larry Hoover just wasn't a regular criminal? Everybody else that got caught.
Well, from growing up, I mean, he was more than that in terms of what he was doing. But
Okay,
from
well,
me
what was
growing
he
up,
doing? What was he doing? Tread lightly. He went to the penitentiary at 23. So
yes, he
nigga,
did.
make sure you talk about what you know, not the stories that run around the kindergarten circle.
I got you. So, all right. With that being said, though, my question is,
Oh no, get
you know,
back over there on that square. You said he
no, I'm
was
gonna
more
stick
than
with.
that.
I'm going with what you said just now. I
You
agree.
said he
I'm
was
with.
more than that. Oh, cause you was finna tell me about what everybody else been saying, right? Yeah,
I was
okay.
going to tell you about what the streets were saying.
I
Yeah.
hear stories about myself that I never knew existed.
Correct. And this is before. Listen, this before, as you would know, this before social media, before all that stuff, right? So
That's my
I'm with.
point. If he went to jail at 23, 24, at the rise of building a gang, I want you to tell me, I know what building a gang does. I built a few gangs on my block as a kid. Gang, listen, I know what comes with that. And I'm going to be real. It's really nothing positive. So I want you to tell me, at the tender age of 23, 24, what was he doing on the streets to be that?
I would probably have to equate it to kind of like your path, Wack. How you establish yourself real young. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I'm all the way in Philly, right?
23,
And I'm a
24,
young boy. Hold on.
I just got out the
This one,
pen at 22. So
I got you.
I was still on my mission, but I wasn't who I was today. But I'm listening. You in Philly, and you heard what?
No, yeah. I'm talking about as a young boy, right? And then when I started traveling the country and things and started meeting people, went to college, met a lot of people, the stories about him. But if I can't use that, then I'm going to strike that from the
No,
question.
one story we talking about from 18 to 23, 24. I want to hear these stories. I know the other, he tried to get a bag from the people. I know why they was on his line.
What I'm trying to tell you, yeah, and I agree. You got a fair point, Wack. But what I'm trying to equate to you is this. Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you though. Like in the '90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Tread
like,
lightly. I'm about to
okay,
attack you
hold
about
on,
this night.
yeah. I'm not going
Go
down
ahead.
that road no more. I'm not going down that road no more. So you might know, like late '80s, early '90s, you might have heard of the JBM, right? In Philly, Junior Black Mafia, all that stuff, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so but back in those times, as you probably recall, 50 miles away could seem like a million miles away. So there's people in New York that live in Queens, like Nas, who didn't know Alpo personally. These days that sound crazy, right? But he heard about Alpo. We heard about Alpo in Philly. We heard about Larry Hoover from Credible People, right? And I had a couple people from Detroit that dealt with Meech and all that type of stuff without getting too deep in it. And they told me about Chicago stuff. So it seemed real at the time because there wasn't no social media and there wasn't no reason to lie. But if
So
you can't go
what
by
they
that,
tell
then I
you
got to
was
strike
doing?
off.
What they tell you was doing?
It was kind of like, and I hate to use this name, but it was kind of like the big U thing from out West, same time. You understand what I'm saying? Just running. He was the man. He was running it from behind. He did
I'm
it when he
glad.
was young. He was still running.
I'm glad
Yeah,
you said that. And what Big U was doing in the forefront was one thing. What he was doing in the backyard was another, right?
and that's why I conceded the point earlier.
Now,
Even though we still talking about it, I
I
give
heard
it.
it tell me he gave the children safe passage to get to school. Now, I'm going to be real. I don't know why the kids shouldn't be able to get to school, but let's say he's responsible for the ceasefire, whatever came with it. I said, but he was selling their mamas and daddies heroin while they was in school.
Right.
Like Meech. You can't glorify Meech.
No, not at all.
Meech helped destroy a bunch of families and people's lives. Let's just keep it real, right? We keeping
You
it
know
real,
what?
right?
Yeah, you know what's sad though, Watt? And you know this too from, like I said, being around. What's sad is at that time, my view was even jaded to where I wasn't mature yet, and it didn't seem wrong. It didn't seem good, but it didn't seem wrong. Now I can't even imagine.
Let's just keep it real. I'm just being real, bro. Like, Freeway Rick. Okay. Wack, he got money. Okay, cool. How he get the money? He sold drugs. Okay. So what did that do to the community or communities?
Oh, it ruined families. I've seen it firsthand. So
glorifying him for contradicts what y'all all screaming. He was a community activist. That's what they scream, right?
Who, Larry? Yeah. Hmm.
All they say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big U, everybody, right? How the you're a community activist and then you doing to destroy the community?
Right. And what I'm saying,
I'm
right,
just
is
being real.
we no, you're right. And we talking like grown men. Like my
Yeah,
daughter knows nothing of that now, right? She wouldn't even
none of that.
understand. She wouldn't
Yeah,
she's never, you know what I mean? So she
because her
wouldn't understand.
focus ain't the hustle. Her
Hell no.
focus
Like I
ain't the
don't talk to her.
power of a game.
Right.
Her focus is graduating, going to some type
Yeah.
of school and being a whatever, right?
She
So,
own a horse. Like she do the barn thing. We bought her a horse. Like she don't know nothing about. She think my stories is made up, but she believe me because I don't lie to her.
so I'm just being real. And they get mad, and so I asked them. I said, "Look, I'm defending the brother right now against the newspaper article, but if 1090 Jake comes back with paperwork, and see, you already just told me what they about to do. You just said it seemed to me that would have been out if such and such. Well,
I mean,
I
stranger
don't give a
things have
fuck about
happened.
when it did or didn't come out. If that shit is on the docket on the books,
Hey, Wack, you know I covered you, right? So I've seen stranger things happen. It's not impossible.
I'm just saying if it's on the docket of the books, right?
No, I'm with you.
And it comes out. My question is, what? My question is, what then? Because let's do the math.
Yep.
This would have happened in
57 years ago.
50 in
1968.
1950 what?
68.
68, 68, right?
68. 57
Oh,
years ago. Yeah.
okay. Now let's do the math. R&B says, well, you know, it shouldn't be nothing to talk about. He old now, and boom, 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 right? So I hear you. She said, you know, I would feel sorry for him. I'm like, well, what about them who paperwork came out in 68 and they never saw 69?
Right. Fair point. Yep.
Okay, so now, why would you feel sorry for who stole 57 years of street fame? I'm just asking. So now you gotta ask yourself, Dale, here goes the thing. And I know how this white boy gonna come. You has been screaming this, screaming that, stand on this, principle that, this, that, and the whole time you following is that. Then what he gonna say, right?
No, that's true. I do think.
And then he's gonna say,
Yeah.
so how are we supposed to believe that that's that?
That this is what that is.
If this is what that is.
Right. But I
Then
think.
what he gonna say?
Right. But I do think the burden of
Right there
proof.
where you keep going wrong is the butt. So did they
Not a
butt
but.
who they drug in the alley? Did they butt who they left in the warehouse? Did they butt them? I'm just asking.
No, this is what I'm saying to you, Wack. If you in that situation, as many times as you've been falsely accused, right, and they ain't got nothing, I wouldn't even blink if somebody said that about you. The burden
Bro,
of proof is
listen to
on
me.
them.
There's never been a newspaper article that said I said something. I'm gonna be
No.
real.
I get you. I
Listen,
get you
I'm
there.
battling. I'm battling because I'm selective politicking myself. I'm saying, well, shit, if all they got is a newspaper, I can debunk that. Right? This is what I'm saying. Now, what you think WACK hasn't done that I could do?
I already know. You know I
I
know.
ain't went to go try to get the
You
paperwork.
know I know. Yeah, you know I know.
I ain't even, the team will tell you I ain't went to try to get it. But, Dale, if the white boy pop up with the work and say, Wack, what's happening? They're saying I'm supposed to ignore it and not say nothing.
Well, that would be against everything you. Yeah. No, that wouldn't. That's not.
Don't say everything you or me. This what this world this little mountain we come from, or the politics of the streets say. That's what that is. So I'm asking them like, well, bro, if he pop up with it,
You gonna call a spade a spade?
that's it.
I
But
already
they
know.
telling
Yeah, you're
me,
not, and you
I'm,
may not drag them, but you gonna call it what it is and leave it right.
they put it in front of me and say, Wack, you gonna read this? And I read it. And it's that I'm asking them, okay, and let's just do the math. I know how 1090 coming. He gonna say for the last 50 whatever some years, y'all was following behind this. I'm following behind that. Screaming your movement was this or that. When the whole time, y'all didn't have the internal workings to hold a man accountable.
Right.
Now,
That, yeah.
it
My
ain't no
question to
doubt
you is, okay.
that this wasn't the conversation back then. No doubt this was pushing under the rug.
That's where I was going. I was going to ask you that, and then I was going to ask because you talk to plenty of people and you good at smelling bullshit.
No doubt.
How
You talking about the guy I
on a
interviewed?
scale of 1 to 10, how credible did Mr. Highsmith sound to you? I mean, I put it out, so I can't. I'm asking
On
you
a
because you
scale
talk to
of
him.
1 to 10, Mr. Highsmith, on a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Highsmith sounded like a 10 without question. Remember, they called me. They called me.
Yeah, he
That's him
sounded.
and the number 2. That's the number 2 that was on the phone with him. That's the
Yeah,
number 2 right now. They called
yeah,
me. Now,
yeah. He
now hold
sounded.
on.
He didn't. Hey, listen. He
Hold on.
didn't quiver once. He didn't change anything. I listened close because I had to edit it, but he didn't shake once. So I don't know. He's either the best liar in the world or Larry ain't tell. So
Hey,
Now,
that's Larry
I'm going
Hoover
to tell
number
you
two, Wack.
this.
That Larry Hoover number two
Hold
you
on.
talking
I'm going
about?
to tell you this. Okay? I'm going to tell you this. At the time, he sounded very, very credible. And y'all, every now and then, I admit it to y'all, don't I? I tell
yep,
y'all.
yep, all the time.
I've definitely been on, because after that, the shit started rolling into me. Right there?
I know it be what's not said that be the most important. Like I could hear without somebody saying something. Like if you don't say it, I could. I think
Here,
we all
look.
can. We've been around you, so we know kind of like,
Hold
you know what I
on,
mean?
here
Without even.
it comes. So, what I did, instead of doing what I would normally do, I sat back. Okay, 1090, Akademiks obviously had a conversation. But I'm knowing the content I ran debunks 1090, along with it being a newspaper article, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, when I know I got what I got to respect 1090's research hand and say, if I got it, this upset, I done kind of debunked him. I know he got it. If not, he gonna get it. So you
Now,
say, well, Wack, why would you say you thought dude was credible, the shooter, when you interviewed him, but now you saying, now I'm down at a 5. You know why, Dale?
Oh yeah, pressure. It could be
No.
pressure. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Where you
Oh,
think the pressure come from?
you already come on.
This is a rat. Now they sent me his proffer paperwork from 1992. So now the shooter then proffered. So now I have to factor in, okay, did they approach him and say, look, you know, we were supposed to whoop behind you, telling on this or telling on that or whatever. We need you to go head on and this. You're already in violation for shooting a homie. So now I got a proffer on the dude. Dale, I got the proffer.
That's a problem. That potentially could be a
I
problem.
have the proffer, Dale. Like, I have it. I can send it to you.
I have no doubt. Right.
Right? Now I'm looking at a proffer and I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, is there a possibility where some pressure could have been applied to tell this story? Yes, it is. So I'm telling myself, why 1090 ain't fired back with this? So I sat back, went to the war room, and said, okay, they're up to something. Sure enough, paralegals hit me. 1090 got us looking for that paperwork. And we found it is active, we ordered it for him. 1090 want to wait till he get the paperwork. If that paperwork ain't in his favor, he coming out with all he got.
I'm sure.
He gonna expose that, and then he gonna show and say, and let me tell you why Mr. Highsmith lied. And then he gonna show dude's profit. At that point, I only got one response. I've already conjured up my response. My response is not one that can clear nothing up. It's just to say, at this point, this what it is, and this what it ain't. That's it.
Right.
So
Right.
that's why the proffer come 2 days later. I'm like, damn, nigga
So
told.
so so let me ask you this, Wack. So within the prophets, you know, we done reviewed a lot on this floor, right?
I'm gonna send you the cover page. I'm trying to PTR my phone. My shit just froze up. I'm gonna put the cover page up. You're gonna see the case filing number. You're gonna see where he proffered at, what he said. You're gonna see it all. It was a dope case, 1992. That's what it was. I mean, I wish it didn't exist, but shit. And this is the thing. Let me ask you, Dale.
Yep.
You think them old back then don't know this proffer didn't happen? You think they shot Larry Hoover tails later on, and they didn't know?
Oh hell yeah, you know they knew. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So now I'm kind of like, all right, the politics is kicking in. This is the love for Larry. Huh?
Well, I could sense that too in the conversations.
Yeah, it's the love for Larry. And I'm going to be real. Right there. I ain't got nothing against Larry Hoover. I really don't know too much about him to have something against him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't got nothing against him. I'm straight. That's why I be telling these bad friends or Conrads, because if I was just, if I'll talk to me and make me turn. Now, Wack and 1090 standing on the same side is bad business right now. I am the only with a voice and platform that can fight this white boy right now. Who else can fight him on this internet? Who else can fight this white boy right now on the mission he on?
I can't name none. Other people would have to group up. You could do it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the only one that can fight him. You get what I'm saying? So within me, I had to tell me, Wack, you violating for fighting for him. I'm really confused. I don't know what that means.
I know what it means, but
Tell
it
me
don't
what
make
that
sense.
means.
I know what I mean, but I don't agree with it. What they saying is even your defense of it brings more attention to it because of your visibility and what your name means. You know
What
what
the
I'm
hell
saying?
they think 1090 did 200,000 the
No,
first
I agree.
18
I agree.
hours?
They're saying, listen, they're saying all attention is bad on this situation, even if it's four. But it don't make sense. But that's what they're saying. You get me?
Okay,
Like
so they also saying if I'm guilty, we just gonna ignore it.
indirectly, they kind of saying that. They saying let sleeping dogs lie. Like they saying, you know what I mean? That's what
Listen, bro. Unfortunately, when you a public figure, and I'm gonna be real, all this entertainment twist come from Jay Prince clout chasing him way back in the 90s, putting him on recordings and shit,
they. Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Without all that going on, would have looked at Larry Hoover like, Geronimo Pratt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody be talking about him in this lane.
Yeah. Rick Ross ain't doing him no favors either.
That's what I'm saying. All these cloud chasers off the name, bro. So another thing be crazy is he talking like, well, I'm telling you, Dale is crazy because it's like, I can't front. I hate to say it. I see why government starts to get scared when certain people got influence.
Right. Right.
I see it. I'm like, oh, this why the government be getting nervous. Because it don't matter what day it is, what it is. It's damn near like, I don't want to call it a god, but like a prophet. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know all them people was down there with the Jim Jones?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have drunk none of that juice. Nigga, hold on,
Oh
nigga.
hell no. Come
What you mean drink this and you gonna have eternal life? But nigga, let me see you drink it first, and I'ma holler at you in 30 years. Right? But
on.
because it was him, they did it, no question.
Yeah, the government always been scared of those messiah type figures. Black, white, green, yellow.
Yeah. Now, here goes the thing. Here's the question I've been asking. And I'm asking because I'm curious. What did he do to get that status? Or did the propaganda of the people continuing to pass it on, and get more to be a part of and a part of? And now you look up, you got 1, 2, 3, 40, 50,000 people who ain't never seen, talk to the man, but all they going on is his stories that's been passed down of what they think it is or want it to be, and that created it. See, I
Yeah,
asked him, can you tell me a few good things Martin Luther King did? He was able to tell me. The marches, the desegregation, all those, some people feel like it worked against us, his approach to peaceful walks and this and that. Okay, great. We can stop right there. He said, I have a dream speech. Well, I said, cool. Can you tell me what Larry did? And they get mad at me. I don't know why.
yeah. You know what's when that thing
Because
happened
I'm
to
really
him.
curious. I'm like, yo, he got a hand. He got a strong hand. I'm like, maybe I missed something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
maybe I missed something.
Oh, and I don't think you missed. I don't think you know what it is. Like that era, right? There's a lot of mythos around that era. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's like the whole Frank Lucas, Nicky Barnes, who turned out to be a rat. Like all those figures during that time, there was so much propaganda around them,
And I mean, like, they would do 60-minute interviews and all that old school stuff. That would build up the legend, even though they was locked up. Like, it would keep going that way. They did it with Rayful Edmond. They did it with, like, they would interview them a lot. 60 Minutes love them people for some reason. Like, these black mythological figures. Like, they was on every other week. I remember being little watching it and like, oh, he must have. And that's why I backtrack when you're like, well, you don't have no first hand. No, no. But I see where the legend was created. You understand what I'm saying? It was through the media and on the streets. And on the streets. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Nah, you can't. But back, like, right. But if you gave out turkeys, you was the man. Like, it's crazy. Oh, yeah, the math don't math. I'm saying that was the standard, as low as it is. It's sad. Jesse Owens. And monkeys was on the newspaper. They had a picture of Jesse Owens with a monkey tail, and he still be. Mhm. I mean, shoot. Hey, if Bang's on the floor, it only got to burn the name King John's temper. We know it was people ready to die on this.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Clubhouse TV, where the streets meet the mic. Y'all heard the content, man. Wack went off once again, calling out Max B, putting paperwork in question, and even comparing Larry Hoover to Freeway Rick Ross, Alpo, and others. Buckle up. It's getting controversial, y'all. Let's get straight to it. Now, Wack ain't holding back. Just made waves again by Max B. Is he a rat? He claimed Billy Bigavelli snitched on his own brother. His brother was on a recorded phone call and said it himself, and that was to shave years off his beard. Now, according to Wack, Max B's paperwork is out there, and it clearly points to cooperation. Now, that's a bold statement, especially coming from someone who's always challenged the street code violations in the industry. But Wack didn't stop there. As you heard, he took it even further, bringing Larry Hoover into the conversation. Wack straight up question why folks hold Hoover up as a hero. Y'all glorifying Hoover, but you hate on Alpo and Freeway Rick. Let's talk about it. Basically said if you're gonna call Alpo a rat, then you need to have the same energy for Larry Hoover. If the paperwork match. Now he brought up Freeway Rick, saying Rick got a bad rap too, but at least his case was all feds, and he owned it. Wack's message was loud. Street legend doesn't erase cooperation. Whether it's Max B, Larry Hoover, Alpo, or others, Wack is putting everyone on the same scale, and that's shaking the culture up. Now, y'all pick and choose who gets a pass based on emotion, not facts. And that's what's got the people heated. But here's the question for the viewers. Is Wack just stirring the pot, or is he exposing the truth? Let me know what you think about the content in the comments. You guys think Max B's really a rat? Should Larry Hoover still be looked at as a hero? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new content. Subscribe to the media team so you get that exclusive WACK 100 content. Any questions, suggestions, need me to advertise for you on my channel with over 43,000 subscribers? Just get at me on IG and I'll get back to you. As always, I certainly appreciate y'all checking out Clubhouse TV. Off